G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is Vallas HK MP7. This is a standalone weapon mod based on a real-life firearm of its namesake of the MP7, which is a German-made submachine gun, stands for Machine Pistol 7. This personal defense weapon was originally designed during the 1990s, following NATO's call for a submachine gun type weapon that is capable of both a high capacity and able to defeat body armor. So the Germans come up with this. The 4.6x30 cartridges offers you a lot of advantages as the shooter of this weapon. So obviously having such a small round allows you to stack a lot of these in a magazine, and if you want to upgrade that capacity even more, then it's only going to be hanging a little bit underneath the pistol grip here, because that's where the magazine is stored, similar to that of a handgun. So the bullets can be small, meaning the whole weapon can be smaller in turn, which minimizes the weapon's weight and makes it much easier to maneuver around. Another positive of having such a small cartridge, it means that the surface area of the bullets when you fire them is extremely small, which adds to the penetrating power. Think of it as the difference of popping a balloon with the head of a pen versus using a thumbtack to pop that same balloon. You can apply way more force to a much smaller point, so it's going to pass through that Kevlar just that little bit easier. Add the high velocity delivery and the steel core flavor into this bullet, and this thing is going to make you want to wear plates. But if you're not on the receiving end, you can fire this thing at a blisteringly high rate of fire because those cartridges are too small to be kicking hard. I mean, look at this stock. That's so flimsy. This thing's going to be like having a shoulder massage firing full auto. Anyways, back to the game. So this is a standalone MP7 with custom sounds and custom animations. I believe the animations are from a Call of Duty port, but don't worry, the animations have had effort put into them, so they're good. Now this thing, looking at its weapon card, we've got a high DPS but a low damage, so the rate of fire is obviously pushing that up quite a lot, so we'll be looking to upgrade that a little bit. The range, despite this thing's barrel length, is actually kind of good, but again, we'll be looking to tune that up a little bit. But let's get into the customization, which there's a lot of, but not overbearing. You can tune this into slightly different roles if you feel like it, but generally it's going to be a sort of a close range weapon in the MP7, but you can get a little bit out of its intended field, I suppose. First of all, you've got the receivers. They pretty much follow the exact same as what you get out of your vanilla games, but they've just changed the names, and if you look through these, and probably do it in your own time, some of these descriptions, they're kind of amusing, but we'll go for a mil-spec one, which gives us a interesting DPS number, and damage goes up to 93, which I think is better. Not perfect, but we can't extend that barrel out, so this is what you get. Then you've got the stocks, which you can fold and unfold, all because it's free, because by design this thing is an adjustable stock. You can also have this fab visor stock for your visor fits. I guess that's just an adjustable one. You can swing that around. Not in-game, but in real life, I suppose. Let's go for a unfolded approach. Extend that out to its maximum. And for our bullets, we've got magazines for 20 rounds with a quick eject version, 30, and also 40. 40 quick eject, best capacity, and best reload speed. It'll increase our weight a little bit, but it's worth its weight in gold ammo capacity, so we'll use those ones. And you can have iron sights, have different versions of reflex sights, including options that have flashlights mounted to them, or even laser sights, and there's even some double laser sights down here. And look at this. GBRS is going to see this and think, it's genius, why didn't we think of that? Potential Simpsons reference, respect if it is. For a ranged approach, there's a couple of these which offer you medium range fights, so you can get this thing to reach out a little bit and strike targets at a slightly longer distance, but I'm thinking I'll just go for a basic air attack. Maybe one of these has a light on the side. No, we're going to use the 511, the big one. Which one? Maybe this one with the Surefire Scout. Yes, we'll do that one. Next, we have the muzzles. So the only non-suppressors here are the standard, the 4-prong flash hider, and the blast deflector, which looks like the piece that makes up the body of the R2-D2 in Lego. Check that out. Next, the suppressors, all in different sizes. One of them is tan, which if you've got a specific paint on this thing, it'll match. But there's also a black version with the honeycomb sort of I guess that's a heat guard. You can hold onto the suppressor whilst using this thing. I suppose there's a tactical advantage there. There's also this little stubby midget suppressor at the front, and we've already going with a compact approach, so let's continue that trend, and we'll use the suppressor Delta P design. We've got a legendary effect provided by legendary modification. Something like Furious on this thing would be devastating, but let's refrain. And here we get into the materials. I've downloaded the camo pack for this thing, so if you haven't got all of these on your particular download, then go and download an extra one. These are in 2K. I don't think you'd see the difference between 4K with YouTube compression anyway, but we'll go for a white plastic here because we're instituted. Okay, foregrips. So you got a different selection of foregrips. You can even have the one that's built right into it, folded up or down, or the one of them that's just attached to a Picatinny rail. We'll go this one because I like the folded down grips on MP7s. I think they're cool. And now you've got ammo type. So this is pretty much an little bit of extra damage. This thing was designed to be balanced with all of the vanilla stuff. So 128 is about the amount of damage you get per shot for a standard vanilla game assault rifle. And the range, I think, is greater than a suppressed assault rifle. So sure, we can make this thing better than vanilla. I guess it's probably going to still be inferior to a handmade rifle, but it's damn a hell of a lot lighter, so if you're on a survival playthrough, then something to think about, eh? And I think that's it. You've also got an extraneous damage slider. You can get that up to plus 99, but nah, we don't need to do that. This weapon is not injected onto the level list because Vallas doesn't like the NPCs getting their grubby fingers on her weapons, which, sure, I can respect. But on your chemistry workbench, you can craft either the weapon for adhesive, aluminum, plastic, screws, springs, and you can also craft the round for either 8 lead and 3 steel. Or for some reason, if you scroll up to 4.6 by 30, you can use the 44 rounds and the 5.56 rounds. 2 rounds to create 1. Just the one. That's insane. That's horrible. It's the worst trade deal ever. Alrighty, it's time to shoot stuff. Welcome back to Immersive Gunners Plaza. This is our MP7 in first person. Aiming down sights, you'll see that the aerotech is set in night vision mode. It's green, so there's that. And the bashing animation just involves poking them with the barrel, I believe, or something. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it blows up a car in one shot after setting it alight, so that's pretty nice. A quick look in third person. It's not a massive SMG, but everything is scaled pretty well. With the stock extended out fully, it looks like it's just off her shoulder there, which is great. No clipping on this thing. If you, however, use the secondary stock, that goes a little bit further back. It is not on the shoulder at all. This one's sniper status, by the way, so I've got the medium scope, as it were, with a big fat suppressor on the front to make it look bigger, like a frill-necked lizard. Now, this thing is just a standard version here. There's really not much going on with it. Basically, as minimal as I can get. It's got a flashlight on the side, though, which we won't be using in the broad daylight. But yeah, this one is just meant to be as minimal as possible. And lastly, I've got this one, which is in yellow. No suppressor, a different reflex sight, and that's pretty much it. So, we'll use sniper version and see if our accuracy is going to be as good as I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping we're going to be able to laser beam people from back here. Yeah, this is the same weapons in Fortnite. It's called the Veiled Precision SMG. I quite like it. There's a exotic one that marks your targets, so you can see them through walls and stuff. It's a pretty handy one to have. And despite this thing's sort of low range, its accuracy and the ability to get sneak criticals as fast as we're getting, it's making it pretty strong. Oh, I see you. Get out of here, mosquito. Let's do a little bit of VAFs, why not? Got a handy little use of not serious stranger, Grim Reaper Sprint. And now we should be in crit town when it comes to these guys. We ran out of steam there, but we did pretty well with this. So as a sniper weapon, I mean, the recoil is going to make it sort of hard to keep your shots on target, but honestly, if you're going any further than this distance, 1, your scope isn't going to work as well, and 2, you'll find that the damage drop-off will be making it a little bit too difficult to drop your targets at a closer range. But as they get into a sort of a medium to close range, this thing just starts shredding them. But yeah, if we go over to them and shoot them without the use of sneak criticals, I'm sure our DPS will be more than adequate for these guys, especially when they line up for me to get easy headshots like that. They still take a bit of killing though, but that's Fallout 4 for ya. They love their bullet sponges. Sort of a Bethesda design thing all around. But that's okay, because Bethesda are making a new Fallout game. You know, it's called Fallout 4. It's one of the special editions with all of the Creation Club content there. I'm very excited to try that and see what they've made different and how it's going to break every single one of my mods. And there's also a $155 version of New Vegas coming out on PC, where if you look at the Steam thing right now, it's like $5. So unless you want some cheap plastic statues with a cardboard box or something with some New Vegas things on it, then I mean, go right ahead. What I would have liked to see is, I don't know, maybe the original collector's edition where they have originally released with the game. I thought that'd be way cooler, but nah. And I get it. Microsoft wants them to start printing money because the show's hype needs to be capitalized on. So what do? Well, they just re-release stuff again, like they've done with Skyrim for the last 10, 15 years. Ugh, Bethesda will never change, will they? They do have updates in Fallout 76. They've brought the ghoul in for some reason, which I'm not sure of the lore reasons from. He just wanted to have a look around in wherever he went. I don't know. I haven't played Fallout 76 in a very long time. I'm kind of checked out of it. I don't know. It's always, I don't know, maybe I could stand it when it first come out, but then I grew more and more disillusioned with it, realizing how like sort of anti-consumer it is. It was a slow burn, but then I just realized that I like Fallout 4 better. You do more. And it requires less grinding, like all of the chores that Fallout 76 does for you. Alright, maybe we should talk about weapons instead. So this obviously is doing really well. Very similar to other MP7s we've had. But, I mean, what can I say about it? Feels good to shoot, very little recoil, unless you're using a scope with high magnification to make the recoil seem a little bit more. For a close range shredder weapon, there's really not much better that you can pick with this thing. And, it's good. It does well in VATS. When you're hip firing, it's very good. Aiming down sights, depending on which sight you choose, your results may vary, but this thing, very accurate and very deadly. So really, there's not much I can say about it, other than there's someone still shooting at me. I mean, look at all those shots we get in VATS, and it's an automatic weapon, so it's all 3-round bursts, right? You know, this is one of those weapon mods that I feel like are perfectly implemented. There's really nothing that I can say to its detriment. Like, it's up there with Winter's SVD from Call of Duty from a few months ago, or maybe a year or so ago, but yeah, it's good. Also, this is the outfit, by the way. Obviously, Phoebe was doing a little gym routine, and I told her, hey, it's time to shoot things, so she didn't change out of her gym gear and decided to go out like this. That's okay. She's protected by energy shields. A little bit of blood there, but probably not hers. So we've got trainers on from Vitor Fitness, and this the armbands are from the fitness stuff as well. And that is the gym suit from Vitor Wardrobe 10 from, it's a retexture. You'll get that when in their Vitor Wardrobe 10 releases, but right now it's a Patreon exclusive type deal. Hey, check that out. Looks like the Rust Devils haven't decided that they want to fight the Gunners this time. That's okay, we'll bring the fight to them. Do a little bit of sniping. Is there anyone else down there? Can barely see them, so we'll just get VATS to do the job for us. That'll do. Short controlled bursts, and this thing will... Is that a missile they're throwing at me? What was that? I saw some sort of contrail there. Let's see. Yep, he's got a lucky missile launcher on him. Wasn't lucky enough, as it turns out, but, you know, you can't be lucky 100% of the time. Excuse me, Phoebe? You just break your leg by doing that? Fine. Look at her hobbling along. Maybe it's the trainers, not used to wearing them. Anyways, so let's shred this one. We'll add some Vav's criticals into the mix. Why not? And we'll sort of backpedal away and keep on shredding him with the power of sneak criticals. Is he going to come closer? I mean, he's shuffling closer, but he's nowhere near close enough to actually find me, so... Well, apart from that last section, that was a full stealth kill, and that was a full stealth commando shred there, so... Yep, nice. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this time, let's go full VATS maxing. Now, can we see the insects over there? No. I don't think he can at the moment either, so let's use this to our advantage. Look at that damage. With a crit spam, he's... Is he going to die with one VATS burst? Not quite. Those headshots are nasty. We're slightly out of range too, so we're not getting perfect accuracy to start off with. And I'm going to hold my nerve and stand here and finish him. Okay. Well, as a stealth SMG, like, how can you do much better than that? And today, the insects down there survived, and there's not even a gunner attack at that place, so... quiet over this side of town. Who's this giant man?
Identify yourself. Now.
Where do you think I come from? You seen the outfit?
I hope after I'm done mutilating you, your eggheads can bring you back. Just so that I can do it all over again.
Well, that's not very nice. And now, after a quick General Grievous reference, yeah, I noticed that one, we can shoot him. And if you want to know how to break him entirely, see, he's currently wearing technically power armor. He kind of shouldn't be, but you can just blow up his fusion core, and he'll pop right out. And he might lose some of the stature that he's currently... There it is, the fusion core popped right out the back. And now caught us in the explosion. Are you going to be getting up now? No, he's just gonna give up. Excuse me, could you fight back, please? Oh, nice hit. Oh, there he goes. Now he's little. Look at him.
Tendon by tendon, I'll peel you to nothing.
He's way easy to kill outside his power armor. Oh, no.
Honor. Courage. Semper Forward.
It's a good effort to still be capable of speaking whilst in pieces like that. And it looks like the biceps were part of the armor anyway. He's a big faker. He's got little tiny power armor now. But apparently it's wrong to steal this. So, okay. Let's get out of this weird Fallout 2 dimension for a second. Okay, let's cap this off by fighting a gigantic robot. And I realize I didn't show off the full 360 of this outfit. So that's what the back looks like. It's got the Institute insignia on the back there, same as the front. But yeah, this weapon mod also works with classic holstered weapons as well. It's a little bit higher, but I mean, you can see it from this side, so you know that Phoebe is currently armed. Anyway, so here is a gigantic sentry bot, and we're going to get as many sneak criticals as we possibly can, and then we're going to try to utilize the penetrator perk to bypass his armor and hit the fusion cores by putting the bullets right through him. And if we crit spam here, we're getting 1100 damage, which is absolutely massive compared to what we were getting before. Because if we aren't getting sneak criticals and this thing's in range, we're getting 26 damage. So the difference here is kind of staggering. As you can tell, when you get close to him, he showers you in massive fire bullets. Not good for you. Kill you very fast. So make sure you keep your distance. Cover here is sparse. I've got this van here, but on my right, closer to Nahant proper, I've got a scrap barge or something. There's usually robots here, but there might be nothing today. So this offers a little bit more. The main thing is keep your distance, because his projectiles are slow, but if you're far enough back, you can sort of read them in the air and sort of step out of the way. And you can kite his targeting systems, because he'll lead your target like a Milet Queen does and hit you every time if you continue moving, but you can just sort of zigzag and sidestep everything. And if you get in real trouble, you've got the ocean to jump into, which presumably his projectiles would fizzle out into nothing as soon as they hit there. But I wouldn't be too sure about that. I think he'd be hitting even harder now that he's mutated. Let's hit him with our bats again. Wanting to get some real criticals into this. Nothing forthcoming. Unfortunately, VAFs, although I can use it, I wouldn't be able to penetrate his armor. So I'll just hit him up with as many as I can. And then get stuck on some crates. Cracky, almost died there. And we'll just ignore his vibrating. That's kind of weird, actually. You can stop doing that. He's still going to be shooting at me? Can I cheese it from here? Looks like it. They'll probably take another 15 minutes to actually succeed. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're just going to stare at me menacingly? Unfortunately, that attack has 0 DPS. Lovely. Okay. Well, I wanted a little bit more of a fair fight. Oh, looks like we've got air support. Yeah, it pays to be allied to the Brotherhood. You know, the vertebros don't attack you. Is he going to attack them? Who knows? Oh boy. I stepped a little bit too close to him. Almost caught me napping there, and I'm on fire. Okay. That fight devolved into cheese a little bit too fast there, but the job is done, and I think that is it. A little thanks from the Brotherhood, but I don't think they distracted him at all. It scarcely would have done about 100 damage to it, but the support is nice. It's the thought that counts. Anyway, so that was MP7 from Vallas. It's good. Like I said before, there's really nothing that I can disparage it on. For what it is, a close-range submachine gun, high power, high accuracy. What else do you want? It's light, so good for survival mode as well. So it's pretty much just a solid 10 out of 10 mod. Everything that it sets out to do is done so perfectly well that there's really nothing that I can say to its detriment. So that'll be the conclusion. Download this mod now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Link will be in the description.